So let's open it up, guys. What questions do we have for Kangana?
Kangana, first and foremost, it's a pleasure to listen to you.
Thank you.
You were wonderful.
Thank you.
And so were you, Anu.
Thank you.
I hope you know that you are all critics' darling. Normally, it used to be the art house girls who the critics used to adore, but you have changed it all. We always look forward to see what you're going to do next.
Thank you.
My question to you is, when I interviewed Shabana Azmi, she says that whenever she's working on a role, she likes to model her character on somebody she knows, whatever the profession is, and then she adds her own and she draws from that character. Anu has been asking you from where you draw, and you are drawing from different sources depending on your phases. Can you give specific examples and still explain like where you draw from?
But I think art in itself is one's own perspective to life. What our understanding of life is, our own individual experiences are. So it's true that every character that I play or every scene that I do, it comes from somewhere. In terms of if I have to really talk about a character like Queen, why it struck the chord with everyone, because I'd seen that woman around me a lot. In fact, those emotions I've extracted from so many men I'd met, that vulnerability, that lack of confidence, that unsurety that one carries within, and that feeling of betrayal and all of that. For me, it was very easy to convey that girl because I know her, as opposed to Revolver, where I was always struggling with her background and her emotions, and I had to be in chambal in order to understand the body language and how people function there and all of that. So Shabana is right in a way that we do need that. If we haven't experienced that particular thing, it will be very difficult to convey that. But I do not really take everything from one person. It can come from, bits and pieces can come from anywhere.
Hi, Kangana.
Hello.
When someone like Salman calls you and says, itna jaldi satak gayi hai, do you take that seriously, or do you question yourself and wonder what am I doing?
No, Salman is a very close friend of mine, and that's how we talk, and it's supposed to be funny, so it's obviously a joke. But I think when someone has a good sense of humor, you got to worry about that first, because you don't want to look like a fool.
So you just giggled?
No, I didn't giggle. I must have cracked a good joke. I'm not going to giggle on a joke when he's pulling my leg. Yeah. So it was in good spirit, and he's got a good sense of humor, and thank God for that, because most heroes don't. And it's very sad that they don't.
They don't have a good sense of humor?
They don't.
Why not? Too much weight on their shoulders?
I think, I don't know, but Salman is one of those very rare heroes who have a very good sense of humor.
Hi, I'm Dhruvi.
Hi.
I want to know, do you look back at your films and what do you draw from your performances? Do you learn something new when you revisit your films?
I never revisit my films.
You don't?
No. It's heartbreaking to see that.
Why?
It is. Because I think we all, for self-love, live in a better impression of ourselves. And it is better to do that. Because when you revisit your films, you only find faults, right? You every day you're growing as a person. You're so different than when you were 21, when you were 27, you're different than what you were before. And like I said, an artist is an artist because of their experiences. And as a part of you grows older, you have so many fresh takes on everything, even your perspective, your wisdom, your rules, tools, everything. So what you've done before, I don't know if that's the case with every artist, but in my case, I literally feel embarrassed of it.
My name is Priyamada, and my question for you is, if you were to face the same situation that happened in Queen, would you go for a honeymoon alone by yourself?
No. I'll bug my boyfriend's phone. And I will chase him.
Okay.
I will not leave him like that. Come on. Would you do that?
I would.
No, you would.
Yeah, I would.
But that's great. I won't. I'll make his life miserable.
Well, you know, I don't even think she'll ever be in that situation because she told me, well, I did an interview with her last year, and she said that people who get married need to see a psychiatrist. So I don't think.
So see, my philosophy is why to get into shit like that when you can go to a honeymoon just like that without, going through so much of...
Who needs this trauma, right?
Yeah, but why to go through traumas?
I'm Laksh, and I was at the New York Film Academy too, and I saw you working hard over there, and your passion
Tell
was...
them.
Yeah,
They asked me.
like seriously, for everyone who doesn't know, the classes used to end at around 5 in the evening, and she used to stick around till like 8 in the night, and she was like really working hard over there.
And
So it was-
Laksh, they asked me, so did you find like a hot George Clooney looking guy there? I'm like,
And there were no hot girls either, so New York Film Academy, it's a sad place. Anyway, so what I was asking is that, you were so passionate about the cause and something that was so different from what you regularly do in Bombay in your life. And you said that you weren't passionate about it since like childhood, or it wasn't your dream or something to become a filmmaker or an actress. So, I mean, do you think that there's any age to find your real passion or something that you want to do in life? Or you can just find it whenever and wherever? So, like, I mean, what's your take on that?
some people are lucky. Like the other day I was with Vidya and we were giving a similar kind of interview. And she told me that she always wanted to be an actress. And when she became one, it was very fulfilling. So in my case, I never wanted to be an actress. So it's not fulfilling. I'm still trying to figure out what is it that I wanted to do. But the thing is, in my case, I'm happier because I think everything is leading me to that place. But I think one must not sit at home and feel, okay, so is it my goal or is that what I should do? Go with your instincts, and sometimes one's goal can be just to find out about the goal. I mean, why not?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Kangana, I've been interviewing people for about 40 years now, and I've never seen an actress like you.
Oh,
because
thank you.
I think yours is the biggest success story I have ever come across.
Oh, thank you.
Simply because most of them are either with surnames, or they're city girls, or they come with Amma and Appa. And we didn't see any of it with you, so I think you're a success story.
Thank you.
Would you ever write your story? Would you ever do an autobiography? And will you be honest? And what would you call it?
I still haven't thought about it, but I think it'll be nice to write about it. And more than what happened and why happened, I'd like to talk about things that helped me, about finding your own philosophies, about my discoveries about truth and my own strategies about honesties, so things like that. Like I've generated some very cool tools for myself, and I think I'd like to talk about those because I think in terms of story, I hope nothing exciting happens now, because if I had enough of excitement, I would want to have a very smooth life now.
Sedate.
So no turning points, please.
Hi Kangana ma'am, it's Nazim Khan.
Hi, Nazim.
मैम मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे कि आपने बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रगल किया है और यहाँ पर हम सब भी बहुत सारे ऐसे एक्टर आए हैं जो अभी स्ट्रगल लाइन में हैं, तो आप हमें एज ए एक्टर वो क्या जज्बा देना चाहेगी जिसको कि एक एक्टर को नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए अपने स्ट्रगल के दौरान? वो एक एक्टर के अंदर कौन सा जज्बा होना चाहिए?
आई थिंक एक्टर के अंदर जज्बा तो होता ही है, तभी वो एक्टर होते हैं. लेकिन आई थिंक द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इज़ कि आप कुछ ना कुछ करते रहें हमेशा. आप घर पे बैठ के ब्रेक का इंतज़ार ना करें, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने कहा कि अगर आपके पास अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ नहीं है तो छोटे से शुरू करिए. लाइक आई सेड, तो डू इवन ऑन स्मॉल स्केल. There are bigger success stories, and there have been bigger struggle stories. The one I really respect is Irfan Khan. Imagine where he started from, and today he is one of the most, one of the biggest international star that we have. तो कुछ ना कुछ करते रहिए is what I suggest.
काम करते रहिए.
Yeah, no work is small.
Hi, Ms. Kangana. Hi, Anupama ma'am.
Hi.
My name is Arushi Dutt, and I'm a student at Sophia College. First of all, Kangana, I'd like to say I find you absolutely inspiring. Hearing your story and the struggles that you've been through and your success story is just really inspiring to all us young kids out here. I have a couple questions for you. You've done quite a bit of women-centric roles. So a few have worked, a few haven't, Queen being the ultimate one. Was it intentional that you always tend to go towards these women-centric roles, or is it purely based on script? What is your approach when you go in these roles?
Well, it's definitely, like I said, when you're an actor, you're really at the receiving end. You really can't dictate, this is what I want or this is what I don't want. So you have options and you have to choose from those options. And like Anu said, that I was not a good fit for one of those conventional films where your hair flies and you do the whole dance routine. So then the contemporary makers, I'd say, like Anandji or Vikas or Kabir, these makers who came with fresh ideas, fresh cinema, and then they started to approach me for these very fresh sort of films, but they weren't the film which were really exciting on paper. Like Queen, when I signed, people used to go like, Queen, what's that? So they want the films that got me more projects or things like that, but then they turn out to be nice. So this is, I think, just a beginning of a new phase in our cinema. So new makers, new ideas, fresh minds, fresh people. So everything contributed.
Do you ever miss it? Sorry, I have to ask. Do you ever miss not doing even one of those like super glam, those chiffon saris, hair flying, thick lashes roles?
I really don't. I don't miss it at all. Also because I'm not that sort of person. There are girls who they find these films very romantic. I don't. I like. I don't find these Cinderella sort of stories romantic. I like real stories, real romance, real thing, real people. So that's my type.
I had a question for you. Do you have any regrets on passing up on any script? One. And the second question is, in the past 30 years, one role, female-centric role that you wish you had played?
I don't have any regrets about passing on any script. I think what I was given, I've done very good with that. The opportunities that I was given, I've grabbed all good opportunities. The role I can't really remember in 30 years which was the role, but recently I saw Lutera and I would have liked to do something like that.
How do you think making that short film made you a better actress?
It did.
How? I'm really interested in the process because that would be educative for me.
Yeah, just dealing with actors and editing the film, because I've been involved in the writing process, and I don't think that's as helpful for an actor as directing. And when you edit, you really treat a scene like a mini film, that this is the beginning and this is where the midpoint of the emotion reaches, and I need to end it before it hits the last note, so I need to end it on the climax. So you get, so I think every scene as an actor, when you treat it like a mini film in your performance, it pushes the audience's curiosity further into another scene. And collectively, obviously the story has to do that as well. I mean, you become a part of that whole orchestra that's going on, as opposed to you're being led like just say, gaddi bhedon ko karte hain. So you become a part of that process.
So understanding the process made you a better actress.
Yeah, and understanding and letting myself be one of the instrument in director's hand, that okay, he's leading this orchestra and I don't have to be I don't have to be singing a different song, and how important it is to understand everyone's role and to be in sync with that is what I learned after I directed that film. And it's been so helpful that I highly recommend it to every actor and all my director friends who've been struggling with actors. Like they cannot convey instructions. I tell them to work in a film as an actor.
Oh, reverse roles, you mean?
Yes. Yeah. that will be very helpful.
You do know Vinod was, he acted in Kundan's Jaane Bhi Do Yaro.
I'm sitting here with my director.
Yeah, here, Kundan Shah, guys, Jaane Bhi Do Yaro, come on. And Vinod was in that legendary Mahabharat scene, the worst actor possible. I don't know how you did it, Kundan. He was hopping around like... So I'm not sure.
That's my favorite film, sir.
So you think any of these guys can act? We've got Ritesh Batra, you talked about Irfan Khan. Can you act, Ritesh?
I actually have acted and I was terrible. I played a deaf mute in a friend's short. I played a deaf mute gas station attendant. And so no dialogue delivery. But I was
you were terrible.
Yeah, I was terrible. But yeah, she's right, I think. It really helped me to communicate better with actors.
Yeah, it does.
Hello, Kangana ma'am. My name is Ayushi. I'm from Whistling Woods International. I wanted to know, now that you've directed a movie, and when you act now, do your directorial skills interfere at all? Like, do you feel like telling, no, this is not what I would do if I were a director? Does that affect your acting at all?
No, I think now that I've directed a short film, my respect for directors have gone 1,000-fold. It's so hard to be a director. It's unbelievable. And I think now whatever I know I have to do that someday, and I know how much I have to work before I even can get on that chair. And I think directors are such gifted people that they are the one who are the orchestrator of the whole thing, but they literally speak through everyone in the film, and it could be a crew of 100 people. So letting and pushing someone's soul out of their body and taking over that person's body is a very big task that one does. And I have highest regards for directors. And when they direct, I don't do anything because I don't get paid for what they're doing. You know, I stick to my job and I stay in my van and I don't interfere at all.
But will you be tempted to, now that you've done it?
Like I said, it's so hard. It's so hard to do what they do. Why would I put my foot in something like that? You know, why would I even attempt it?
नमस्ते कंगना, my name is Manoj Muntashir.
Hi.
मुझे सिर्फ एक चीज़ पूछनी थी कि स्मॉल टाउन का होना और मुंबई आना और इतना सारा जद्दोजहद करके इस मकाम तक पहुंचना जहां पहुंची हैं, एक हमेशा एक दिमाग में मेरे बंटवारा रहा है कि शायद स्मॉल टाउन, गांव, रूरल एरियाज़ या कंट्री साइड जो है हमारे देश का, यहाँ के लोग ज़्यादा एक्सपोज्ड होते हैं ग्राउंड रियलिटीज़ से बनिस्बत मुंबई या मेट्रोज़ के लोगों के. तो आपके रोल्स में, आपके सारे किरदारों में क्या आपको इस बात का फ़ायदा मिला कि आप एक छोटे से गांव से या टाउन से, हिमाचल से आई हैं? उसके तजुर्बे आपके काम आए आपके पूरे करियर में?
ये सही है. और जैसा मैंने कहा है कि एक कला क्या होती है, कलाकार की कला, चाहे वो पेंटिंग करता है, चाहे वो सितार बजाते हैं, चाहे जो उनका एक इंडिविजुअल पर्सपेक्टिव है टू एनीथिंग लाइफ मेजरली. तो जो मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव है, मैं तो वही दिखा सकती हूँ जो मैंने देखा हुआ है, चाहे वो किसी रोल को प्ले करना हो, चाहे वो किसी चीज़ को व्यक्त करना हो. तो ये सच है. लेकिन आई डोंट थिंक स्मॉल टाउन से आना बहुत ज़रूरी है. द फैक्ट दैट आई वाज इंडिपेंडेंट, आई वाज ऑन माई ओन, ये बहुत मायने रखता है. क्योंकि जिस स्मॉल टाउन से मैं आती हूँ, वहाँ से और भी लोग आ सकते हैं, उससे कुछ नहीं होता. आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं अपने आप को जस्ट पुट योरसेल्फ आउट देयर. और जो स्ट्रगल है, जो इनसिक्योरिटीज़ और जो डार्क फेजेस, बैड फेजेस, जो भी लाइफ आपको देती है, अच्छे एक्सपीरियंसेस, बुरे एक्सपीरियंसेस, पुट योरसेल्फ आउट देयर. आई डोंट सेव माई सेल्फ कि क्या होगा अगर मैं हर्ट हो जाऊँ, क्या होगा अगर मेरे साथ. आई गो देयर, आई फेस लाइफ विद, यू नो, आई एक्ट वेरी ब्रेव.
थैंक यू कंगना. मुझे एक बात, हमेशा इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स आपसे सवाल पूछ रहे थे, इन सब के लिए आप बहुत बड़ा इंस्पिरेशन है, मेरे लिए भी बहुत बड़ा इंस्पिरेशन है.
थैंक यू.
और मैं सिर्फ एक बात मेरे जहन में आ रही है जो मैं कहना चाहूँगा. सवाल नहीं है, सिर्फ एक बात है कंगना की तरफ से आप सब के लिए कि मैंने लहू के कतरे मिट्टी में बोए हैं, खुशबू जहाँ भी है वो मेरी कर्जदार है. ऐ वक्त होगा एक दिन तेरा मेरा हिसाब, मेरी जीत जाने कब से तुझ पे उधार है. थैंक यू कंगना.
Who wrote Ye Galiyan that all of you have probably been singing for the last 2 hours.
This is Kriti Rai Tawari from Sophia College. I wanted to ask you, as you said that you come from a small town, so considering the fact that you came from a very conservative background and you've portrayed quite a number of bold roles in the initial years of your
movies, of your acting, sorry. So, what was your family's reaction to that when they saw the movie and they saw you in that avatar, that totally different? What was their reaction to that?
Chup. Quiet, no reaction, in a state of shock. Honestly, like I never got any reaction from my dad or from my mom. And what was really heartbreaking as a kid for me was that when I do a gangster and a Mahesh Bhatt calls me and he has so many beautiful things to say about me, and I really wished my dad could hear that and he could regret that he slapped me. And he never really got to know that during that phase. And when the film came, I think he was so embarrassed of the backlash and the kiss that he didn't even realize that I acted. And so I think it further strained my relationship with my family. Like, I was like, but I acted. And they're like, but you kissed. And I was like, but I acted also. And they're like, but you kissed also. So it was that.
Did they like Queen?
I think then see, the gangster came in a very unusual time when the whole kissing thing was a very big thing. And in 2006, not many people were kissing. And when everyone started kissing, they were okay with it. Yeah, everyone's doing. It's okay. Our girl is not doing anything bad.
My name is Ankit. I'm an actor. What is the importance of looks in a performance of an actor? Like, how much importance do you give to a look?
Look of the character, look of the actor.
Right.
No. Are you asking?
Look of the character.
Look of the character.
Yeah.
It is everything. It's everything. Like I said, the character has to be divided into, if you have to approach it, I divide it into two phases, the physical and the psychological. The physical approach is a lot more important. If you look the character, 50% job is done. 50%, which is a very big task. So it's very important.
Kangana, thank you so much.
Thank you, Anu.
This was so much
fun. Thank you
fun.
guys for listening to me for so long.
Thank you. You guys have been an amazing audience.
Subscribe to the Film Companion YouTube channel now and get your film fix.